right, to a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports, and it's brought to you by Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Visit online at Guthrie'sChicken.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. Here are thoughts from Alabama men's basketball head coach Nate Oates after Alabama's win on Saturday at Oklahoma.
First of all, I've got to give Coach Moser and his staff and their whole program a ton of credit, because for a team to be on a 3-game losing streak with their back to the wall, they could have easily caved. We had them down, I think, 5 in the first half, and they kept fighting. End up going in the half up 11. So, and then we came out, made a run on them the first couple of minutes of the second half. They called the timeout, went on another run. Thought played pretty well from there. So I got to look in the mirror and see what I got to do better as a coach to get our guys a lot more ready to play to start these games.
I'll have more in a moment.
This year, we honor the most important anniversary ever. An event that reshaped civilization as we know it. A day that would lead to something so flawless that nothing could ever really compare. People have tried to match it, but have failed. This year, we celebrate the 60th anniversary of Guthrie's, the home of the original chicken finger. Just talking about it gets me all choked up. And hungry for a chicken finger. Guthrie's, an original obsession for 60 years.
Join us tonight for Hey Coach and the Nate Oates Show, presented by Alpha Insurance, live at 6 p.m. Central at Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. You can listen on our full radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as watch a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Guthrie's. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at the service department at Woody Anderson Ford. When you need service on your vehicle, whether it's a Ford or any other make, you want to get into Woody Anderson Ford, where their expert service technicians will get it diagnosed and repaired right away, the right way. And while you are there, check out all the new and pre-owned vehicles at Woody Anderson as well. They are ready to make you the best deal possible. Visit Woody Anderson Ford today.
Woody Anderson Ford on Jordan Lane in Huntsville, Hughes Road in Madison, and online at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
I'm Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the perfect cleaning solution for you. Whether it's new construction, daily work areas, or an area that's been neglected for too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you choose the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Valley even has the right cleaning products for the job. Call Valley Equipment Rental today to learn more. Make a clean sweep with Valley Equipment Rental.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Lynn Leighton Ford, located online at lynnleightonford.com. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Well, a start of a new week, a home game here in studio.
It's been a busy day at the ranch.
Well, it has.
Well, that's tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll get into that a little bit later on.
Triumph return of our fearless leader, West Neighbors.
Walking you up to Hey Coach and the Nate Oates Show. Good win for dangerous win for the Alabama men's basketball team.
They're just
when they want to play, they can really play.
It looks like they're
they just need to wake up.
Well, to me, it looks like they're kind of the leadership maybe is not 100%. They hadn't found who that is yet, other than obviously
maybe Amari Allen, but that's a freshman though.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be a senior to be vocal and step up.
Yeah.
When there's a void, somebody has to fill it.
I know Sherelle.
He continues to get better, but
you can tell he's still hurt.
Yeah.
Alabama winner at Oklahoma in what was it just at times an ugly game.
Well, I don't like that fouling stuff at the end. I mean, it was just like it doesn't make sense. I mean, to me, let them shoot.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
you get the ball back. Right. If they take too much time, that's different. But if we're fouling them, they're fouling us, we're fouling them, and it's like then you get in a free throw contest, and that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're doing what they want to do. I get whether you're up by 3, you want to foul them with 2, but not with so much time left.
By the way, game day is going on as we speak. It is, after all, National Championship Day, and I've already heard complaints about the weather, which evidently it's like 60 degrees down at South Beach. Poor guys. And the other fact is how early everybody had to get there because the president of the United States is attending the game tonight. And we've been there and we've done that, especially in 2017 between Alabama and Georgia. They're at the Georgia Dome. But the championship game is upon us between I mean, I know Miami's playing on their home field. What I've seen out of the Indiana Hoosiers, especially physicality they play with defensively, and Fernando Mendoza just dropping dimes left and right. I could very well be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last time. But I
think anybody can win this game. I really do. I think that anytime you're playing a championship game and you got an offensive line like Miami has, and you have running backs like Miami and playmakers like Miami, anything can happen. Given the last game, if Indiana plays clean and Miami plays like they did last week, you're right. But last week, it was 10 days ago, however long ago. It's been a minute.
It's too long.
Yeah, it's too long.
I know there has been
longer next year. I was listening to Feinbaum. It's going to be 6 days longer.
That's right. Yeah, 6 days longer. It's 25th is I think the 25th is what he said. The national championship game a year ago was on the 20th. This year it's on the 19th. But yeah, and there will evidently be a decision made. And listen, the Big 12, the Big 10 trying to bully our way into 24 games. Will it happen eventually? Yeah, probably. It probably will, because chasing the money. But I would really like to see Commissioner Sankey say, you know what? Let's just stay with 12, eliminate one of the 5 automatic qualifiers, grow the at-larges by 1. Let's see how that works for a couple of years before that jump, because it's really all this hubbub about 16 isn't really reality. It's either 12 or 24. And if those are my choices, 12 it is. So can only hope we might be hearing that on Friday when that is supposed to come down. I believe that's on the 23rd. Nick Saban, he was asked the following earlier today on the Pat McAfee program. Oh, wait a second. I need to plug this up. I've been doing too much homework over here.
Now, I didn't get the memo because I'm not a part of it. Who are you SEC people pulling for? Another national championship, rooting for anybody else, or what are you guys? Miami because it's kind of southern.
Yeah, you got to break up the Big Ten streak.
Yeah, you can't have. What do you?
To me, in this day and age of the culture we have now in college football, paying players name, image, and likeness, transferring, it's an advantage for the Big Ten. I don't care. You'll never convince me otherwise.
The North?
The North.
The North?
Because people in the South would not go to the North unless you paid them.
He's killed.
He's killed him. He's killed him.
Amen and amen.
Yeah, that's 100% there.
Also had this to say about, because there's been multiple stories on Mario Cristobal letting guys like Ray Lewis talk to his players during games. And that was brought up to Coach Saban earlier today on the Pat McAfee program.
Never had to deal with players trying to talk to players during the game.
Okay.
But, once you establish a culture in an organization, which Miami had a great culture when Ray Lewis played, and Ray Lewis has talked to our team, and I got a tremendous amount of respect for him as a person, a leader, and as a player. But when you establish a culture, the players expect the other players to live up to that culture. Mm-hmm. So we were having 7-on-7 one day, and Julio Jones was there getting rehab. And he was watching 7-on-7, and in those days, the coaches weren't allowed to be out there. So a receiver drops the ball, kicks the ball, cusses the quarterback, cusses the DB and all that. Julio calls him over and says, "That ain't how we do it here, son."
Oh.
And it was like 10 years after he played there.
Oh.
So, but I'm saying that tradition and that culture and people being responsible to carry that on is important to me as a coach, that players are doing that to reinforce what you're trying to do, but they know that that's helped past players be successful. It can help me be successful.
What else can you say about guy? Because he always talked about the likes of Julio.
Because Julio was all business, and he's he set records at Alabama, and I'll never forget. And people were, no matter what he did, he was never gonna. As he was Superman when they signed him, right?
That's right. And I still remember the film that was leaked out there of the practice of him running down the sideline and everybody just going bananas.
Yeah. So he was hurt a lot. He played hurt a lot, and he still set all these records. I think Amari Cooper might have broken some of them. I think there's been some unbelievable players go through there.
Yeah. But it did make me think, like 10 years later, that was kind of that time frame of the barbershop videos coming out.
Well, when he was coming back around.
That's what I mean.
But I don't remember when the barbershop happened. It all runs together.
It does. It does. But Jerry Glanville is set to join us here in about 5 minutes' time. We've got plenty to get into. Did you watch a good bit of the NFL? I did.
Well, I watched some of it, yes.
I still don't know what a catch is.
Game. Yeah, that's
what's a catch and what's a turnover.
In the NFL, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It is ridiculous.
What's a catch and what's a turnover?
I mean, there was two almost exact plays, and it's
and Bo Nix. Goodness gracious, Bo Nix.
Now, let me ask you a question: how in the world did Auburn have Bo Nix and Jared Stidham and still have losing seasons?
I don't. Auburn fans, the floor is yours.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever was in charge of the offensive line then needs an ass whipping today still.
Jerry Glanville set to join us on the other side. 1 hour here, then it's Hey Coach, then the national championship game featuring 1 seed Indiana. That sounds weird to say. And 10 seed Miami. Coach Glanville joins us next here on The Drive.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, now with Lynn Layton Ford Indicator, where we're junk starting January with low rates, low payments, and low prices on a great selection of new Fords. Right now, you can get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 customer cash on 25 F-150s, or choose $4,000 in total rebates instead. We've got new 25 Explorers with 2.9% APR for 60 months plus $1,500 in total cash. Get 4.9% financing for 60 months on your choice of any new 25 Ford Bronco, or choose a $2,000 customer cash bonus to get a new 25 Bronco Sport starting at under $29,000. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. We hope to see you soon at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com. All offers on select new Ford models with your good credit. Bronco Sport stock number example 27715T. See us for all the details.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Injured in a car accident? Get the help you need. I'm Morris Lilienthal, a personal injury lawyer right here in Huntsville. I've personally helped over 4,000 clients with their injury claims. My firm, Martinson & Beeson, has been helping clients for over 80 years, and we have received over 300 five-star Google reviews. We know that injuries and accidents can be life-changing, and I'm here to help you navigate the entire process. Get in touch with me right now by visiting morristheattorney.com. There's no charge for our meeting. Again, that's morristheattorney.com. I look forward to helping you.
No representation is made. The quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by the lawyer.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he can take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well, because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 977 ESPN The Zone.
I might fall from a tall building. I might roll a brand new car.
Oh, yeah. It is a Monday divisional round in the rearview mirror, getting ready for the national championship game in college football tonight. A lot to get into with Coach Jerry Glanville. How are you, Coach?
Do you have Wes there with you, or did he quit?
I'm still here.
Wow, Wes, we met. Our last two shows were the highest rated in the history of radio. I don't know what the common denominator was, other than you weren't there.
No, I'm back.
Good to have you back, brother.
It's good to be back.
Did you get me a job at Ole Miss?
No, not yet. I'm trying. They hired they hired the wrong dude. They hired a guy that does the zone a bunch, right?
Pardon?
That's the zone guy they hired. They hired one of the one of the brothers, Big Game Bob's brother.
Okay.
Stoops.
Mark or Mike or
Mike Stoops, I think.
Okay.
Mike Stoops. Yeah, they hired him like right when Lane, about the same time Lane left.
Oh wow! Well, I played zone in the 6th grade. We were playing the girls, and they beat us. They scored. They beat us. So I quit playing zone after the 6th grade picnic.
Man to man. There you go.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, they're too predictable. That's for sure. Way too predictable.
Hey, let's go over the first games we saw, and then we'll come to this game tonight. How y'all like that?
Sounds good, Coach.
Okay, let's go over the Bills and the Broncos.
Yeah.
And I got to say this. The Broncos started the game with some of the best coaching. The empty with a sneak move up. The 5-man front stopped. They shifted. The Bills could run it. They shifted the 5-man front and stopped them. The offensive tackle, I thought of West catching a TD. West always said, "Coach, I'm open." I goes, "Well, we can't show it to you now." But, and I just thought they did a good coaching job. And what happened? Bo Nix broke a bone in his foot.
Yeah.
I hate that for the Broncos. And the Bills got their coach fired. Penalties and turnovers will get coaches fired, and that's what happened.
Yep. So, Coach, apparently, and I didn't watch the whole game. I was in and out, but I watched a lot of it. But apparently the Bills, with 16 seconds left, tried to throw a pass, and he fumbled, and then they kicked a field goal right before the half.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were hypothesizing that was one of the reasons that he got fired.
Yeah. And I got to say this. There's an interception call that is interception, is there a catch? They had some tough calls for officials who haven't been to the eye doctor in years.
That looked like a catch to me, Coach.
Well, with as much in terms of gambling that is embraced by the National Football League and college football, I now more than any time, there needs to be better transparency from officials to everybody.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
there's way legal stuff that is bet on this legally. It's a little different. So then let's go to San Francisco, Seattle.
Ooh.
And before the Seattle game, they announced that the Seattle quarterback was injured.
Yeah.
And they didn't know if he would play and how much he would play. Well, he did a heck of a job. And it left no doubt with that game who the best team was. That game there was a beatdown. And I got to say, San Francisco was getting beat, but I was proud. They never stopped hitting on defense.
No.
They never surrendered and said, "This is over." They kept playing as hard as they could play, which I'm glad they did that. And the defensive coordinator, he was the head coach at the Jets a year or so ago, and they brought him back to San Francisco. And because they did such a good job, he was up for 2 or 3 heads. Everybody said, "Give him another chance." Well, this game took that chance right away from him.
Yeah.
They didn't look like a great defense team.
It did look that before. Beyond, if I was an Eagles fan watching that game, that would just probably make me more upset, knowing that the Eagles lost to the 49ers, but they lost a couple of pieces in that game, and you could tell they were just beat up.
Yeah, and their tight end, he's the heart and soul of the team. Talking about San Francisco, the guy that does the pizza commercials.
Yep.
I always hate coaches and players that get commercials because I always say they're at the end of the career once they get a commercial. As soon as I saw Saban selling duck insurance, I said he won't be around.
That was your tell, Coach?
Right after you called and got some?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so then I watched Houston and New England, and the quarterback for Houston last week, I said, he's off. He's better than that. but they won the game because their defense is so good.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't have been more off this. I hope he had an injured hand or he had something, because if he didn't, you can't keep going with it. If he wasn't hurt, you got a problem. And when he was a rookie, Wes, he was excellent as a rookie, and he's sliding backwards instead of going better.
Yeah. Yeah. But to be in the game for as long as they were, honestly, Coach, speaks volumes to the Texans defense.
Well, I thought Wes would like this. Wes was with teams that played like that. When you can do 6 turnovers and they don't have points off the 6 of them, it reminded me, I was in Canada. Remember, I was up there at
Hamilton.
and I'll never forget that we were playing the black, what do they call them? The black shirts or black pants, wherever the national capital is, and we gave up 6 field goals, and we kept turning the ball. We had 4 turnovers the first half. Well, we gave up 6 field goals, and I'm so mad after the game, I'm going to blow a gasket. We got beat. And I'll never forget the owner for the Hammer came over. He goes, Jer, I wouldn't be mad if you. I goes, we gave up 6 field goals. And he said, prior to you coming here, that would have been 6 touchdowns. I'm excited. I said, okay.
That'd be the Ottawa Red Blacks that you're trying to think of.
Ottawa Red Blacks, they kicked. You imagine we gave up 6 field. Well, I'm watching Houston. They not only didn't give up a touchdown, they weren't even giving up the field goal. So I was very proud of them.
Well, I listened to that game on the radio. I was traveling, and all they could talk about were every pass that was when they scored was a perfect pass, and they would say he was well covered.
Drake May.
Yeah. And I remember, Coach, you talking about how much you liked Drake May, and talked about how well he threw the slant. And I believe those were two of the passes that were thrown for touchdowns were slants.
And when they get beat, they have a defensive hand in on the ball, and you don't see that much anymore. They're doing a good job there. I just was, if the quarterback could have just played a little bit, that could have been a difference maker there. And now New England, they got May, and May, you can stop him for a while. And I didn't like him early. I said, May's okay. He's not real great yet, but he came on. Now, they're talking about May or the Rams quarterback, the guy from Alabama that used to be at Detroit for so long. One of those quarterbacks going to be the end.
You're talking about the Georgia guy,
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford.
I mixed up Georgia and Alabama because they used to play a lot alike, but they don't anymore.
Not anymore.
And Stafford. Well, Stafford and May are up for rookie of the premier, up for MVP. But I got to say this, and nobody will look at this but me. You cannot be the MVP as the quarterback if you have 17 fumbles, which May has. And I like May. You hear me all the time. But when you've had 17 times you dropped the ball and lost it, you cannot be the MVP. You agree with that, Wes?
Yes, I agree with you totally. Turnovers get you beat.
Yeah.
Well, they talked about that on the radio too. How that early in the year he had fumble issues, and they had gotten much better at the end of the year.
Well, let me explain to your fans that are listening. I have all my friends from Atlanta that are listening. Everybody that loves me in Atlanta is listening. That's 2 people, but they're listening. When you are after the quarterback in the NFL and you're coming from the blind side and he doesn't see you coming, I wish more colleges would do this. And here's your coaching point. You sack the ball. If you're coming face on the quarterback and he sees you coming, you sack the quarterback. whenever you're from the backside, and that's how they get these 17 fumbles. I am taking my hand. I'm going to sack the quarterback lightly, but my hand is always going to be sacking the ball. And you see that, and you see that, and you see that. We got to get more of that in college football, but you got to have pro coaches teaching that.
You do. And it's you want to move over to the Rams and Bears?
Absolutely. Okay. I think the Bears, by the way, I was going to say that second round, the home teams win. Remember, we had a shot at the away game.
That's right.
Winning in the wild card. But once you get into the next group, it's home teams win, home teams win, home teams win. Okay, the Rams. I was very mad at their. I think it's probably one of the worst coaching games I've seen that head coach do, and they won. So his players, he's got to be thankful. His players saved him. Remember last week, the Bears players saved the Bear coach with all those stupid situations he did.
Yeah.
And this week, the Rams, and why do I say that? The Rams didn't even try to run the ball till the fourth quarter. Weren't even interested in trying. Now, you got a good quarterback, but you can't play Frisbee ball. You can't throw it around like you don't want it. You got to bang around a little bit in there. And I was upset with the coach on that. Then I was totally upset with the Rams coach on the winning field goal. He's in there close, and he throws 2 9 routes to the end zone, which you can get sacked, batted down, or picked off. You with me?
Yeah.
And he's close enough that he should kick that winning field goal on third down in case it's not a good snap or it's a fumbled snap. You just lay on it and come back and kick it to fourth down. This guy could end up in the Super Bowl. And Jerry Glanville, I fired him after that last game. Terrible coach.
Yeah, what did you make of that? In the Bears, it felt like for bad or worse. I know good, better, best was kind of their mantra, but fourth down was either feast or famine, either side of it for the Bears.
You got to quit playing like your team's not any good. And that happened to Detroit. He was at Detroit when Detroit was terrible, and they'd go for it a lot on fourth down because they couldn't win the game either way. But when you end up bringing a competitive team to the game, and that's why Indiana does everything that we all grew up on by the book. They punt when you're supposed to punt. What a concept. They kick field goals when you're supposed to kick them. And how about this? If Indiana gets ahead, and I've studied this, it's 2 runs, throw on third down, get the clock rolling. When Indiana gets ahead, the clock moves in a hurry.
It kind of reminds me, Coach, of what Coach Bryant used to say, and I say on the show all the time. The same things win that have always won, only the excuses change.
He was a genius, wasn't he?
No doubt.
I'm happy that for the Ram quarterback. I'm mad at the Ram head coach because he did not deserve. Now I did watch this. I did this only for Wes. The left tackle for the Bears is 62, number 62. He's as big as the police car you bought from Woody Allen Ford. But if you go dip and rip, full speed outside, he is too stiff to help you. Well, if you go speed to power, which is a run over bull rush, you're not going about a yard. He's going to stop you. Then I watched him on slide protection. If there's a guy in the big on him, which means the tackle's included in the slide, he could be arrested for child abuse. Nobody watches offensive tackles like I do, Wes. You know me from 100 miles ago.
Well, answer me this, Coach, because I've got an opinion on it. The Bears, do you think they are for real and will be back, or is this a flash in the pan?
No, and I think after I saw a quarterback turn around and run away from the defensive line 20 yards and throw a touchdown, you gotta love that.
Yeah, I mean that's living on the edge.
Well, I've been in football a couple years. I've never seen a quarterback do that to that game.
Yeah,
run that hard to get away. Well, you know he can't throw the touchdown. You know he's going to throw a bad ball and they're going to pick it off. And he throws, I don't know how long, you would know, Steve, that ball was in the air and he was running backwards when he threw it.
It was a back foot throw. It was an impressive throw, but at least in my mind, I cannot remember the Super Bowl year it was, but it was the year that Carolina went on a run and lost to New England in the Super Bowl. And it was Jake Delhomme just was on a heater. And I don't know why, but that team kind of stuck in my head where we never heard a whole lot from Jake Delhomme afterwards to that level. And that's what I kind of think the Bears might be, is that flash in the pan. Yeah, because there's no guarantee, especially that division. You tell me that the Lions are going to stay down. You tell me that the Packers. It's
no. And Minnesota.
Well,
if
yeah.
Minnesota quarterback isn't in concussion protocol, they got a shot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he goes to concussion protocol. And here's my deal with the Stafford at the Rams. I've loved this guy for so long, whatever he's played, 17 years, whatever it is. But I'm going to say something that I wish the league would say. If he gets knocked out one more time, he has to retire. I don't want this guy not being able to play with his kids on the golf course.
Yeah.
And I don't want him. And I'm kind of more sensitive to that than most coaches are. In fact, when I was coaching in Canada, I'd get a Canadian knocked out. No Americans get knocked out up there, only Canadians. And the doctor would say, he's ready to play. And that guy goes, doctor, you come over here with me. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to him. And I'd ask him 5 questions. I'd look at the doctor. I said, you shouldn't be the doctor. He is not ready to play. And so myself being knocked out so many times, I'm probably more saying, you can tell by the way I was knocked out, I got a little damage here. And I think you got to protect your players more than they do.
You want to dive into the national championship game here tonight and what I've called the Indiana Invitational?
Yes. I am so excited about this game. And it's kind of funny because I got called up by everybody wanting me to tell them what's going to happen again. I can't do it. We're doing this nationally syndicated radio show at 6:15 Eastern. And if you want to find out, you got to turn it on.
That's right.
And here's the deal for me. I'm so excited that these 2 teams are the 2 teams left. And why does that excite Jerry Glanville, the coach? Because the people that are cerebral Frisbee ball players throw it around the yard every down like you don't want it. And there's 6 great teams out that the play caller on offense had to flip the card 3 times to find the play. We are going to see 2 physical, tough teams. I'm so happy all these Frisbee flip the call sheet 3 times are out. Done. Wes, if that doesn't make you excited,
I'm ready to go.
There will be a lot of physicality tonight. There is no question about that.
Well, here's the deal we watch. I don't know if we've seen a quarterback as accurate as this guy, other than May, his second year in pro football. For a young guy to be that accurate on a deep ball. And so how you stop that? You stop that by pressure. Well, Miami has the best 4-man pressure. They have the number 1 pass rusher in college football is going to be drafted. The first pass rusher is going to be drafted is at Miami. So can he remain accurate with the pressure coming after him? And it'll turn it'll make Indiana do something they can do, and that's run the football. If you, I don't know what you guys call it, Wes, we used to call it slam and slide, where we're doubling and then one guy's coming off on the second level, push, double, slam, and slide.
Yeah, we what do we call it? We call it double team, double the down guy take, and whichever way the linebacker goes, who came off of him. You know? That's what we used to. Yeah,
tonight you'll see that as good as anybody in college football. On Indiana, slam and slide, I now call it. I don't think I called that when you were with me, Wes, because I didn't want to offend you. I knew how you were sensitive on my word, on my nomenclature. How about that?
I bet you can't spell that.
Now, see, he knows me. He knows my rules. I don't use a word I can't spell. That's why people understand me.
Nothing wrong with that.
Funny. But this I love. The center playing for Indiana for the national championship was the center at Notre Dame a year ago playing for the national championship. Well, anybody goes to Notre Dame, takes the Holy Grail vote, and they got to say, I always love Notre Dame, all that. Was someone asked the center, who, by the way, was the MVP in the Rose Bowl, if you can believe that, at center. Only guy that I ever saw deserve that before was Pennison. He's Jay Pennison. I think he was from the Northeast Louisiana. And they asked the center, what's the difference of playing at Indiana and Notre Dame? And, of course, I love Bear Bryant. He always called it Notre Dame. I always love that. And the center said, Wes, they're not even playing the same game they are over here.
That's crazy. You know, it's usually not an upgrade when you go from Notre Dame to Indiana in the past.
Now, I mean, nobody 2 years ago, 4 years ago would have made that switch. And then he comes up and says, they're not even playing the same game we are. I think that's just awesome.
It is.
So the center for Miami coach was at Alabama. He was and he was signed. His brother was a 5-star, and they just supposedly signed this kid just so he'd.
These are the Texas kids, right? Brockermeyers?
Yeah, Brockermeyers. Yeah, they came from Texas, and their dad played in the NFL. I'm not sure for who, but this guy was just like a package deal, and the other brother's out of football, and he's making $500,000 in Miami this year.
Wow.
Just an afterthought. He was just the 3-star.
The throw-in.
They got a scholarship because of his brother.
Well, Bear Bryant got so dang mad at me. Billy Shields was playing over there in Bessemer, Alabama. Y'all been to Bessemer?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Billy Shields was a great high school player at Bessemer, offensive tackle, probably 6'7" back in those days. And of course, everybody's going to go after him. Well, you know, Jerry Glanville was at Georgia Tech. He went over to Bessemer, Alabama, and signed Billy Shields' brother, who absolutely was not a prospect and probably couldn't play at anybody that was after his brother. So old Bear is watching Jerry Glanville. So after a couple of weeks, I never even talked to Billy yet. I got a hold of Billy. I said, are you going to let your little brother come over here by himself, or are you going to come with him? He came to Georgia Tech. He started for the Chargers for 9 years.
Wow.
Stole another one.
Coach Bryant said, you don't recruit like these other people, Jerry.
Well, who else is from coaches from Bessemer?
Boy, there's been a lot of good ones.
The best athlete ever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It wasn't the guy that went to Auburn.
Yeah, he did.
Vincent.
Unfortunately, Vincent Bo Jackson.
Oh, I was good. Hey, how about Tucker Frederickson now?
Yeah, well, he was good too.
Yeah.
I was at Georgia Tech, and I'm a little old guy, don't know much. And I'm coaching at Georgia Tech, and we're going to play Auburn. Well, I always walk down, and Wes knows this, and look at the enemy in the pregame warm-up. I looked at Tucker Frederickson, and I looked down at Georgia Tech defensive tackles, and he was bigger than everybody we had playing defensive tackle. And we had to try to stop him. He was awesome.
He was the first pick of the draft, right? The number 1 pick?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you always can tell a guy that's going to grow and get big when they wear a 16 double E shoe.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad and him were really good friends. That was, yeah. They used to talk all the time.
He was something special. And he was playing, who was the head coach at Auburn then?
Pat Dye?
No, shoot, no. This is in the 50s.
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Famous guy. He beat Bear Bryant by
Shug Jordan?
Shug Jordan. Yeah.
And when Shug was at Auburn, they used to holler, punt, Bama, punt.
Yeah.
Because Auburn would block 2. They weren't all that good, but they blocked 2 or 3 punts and run them in and beat Alabama. Do you remember all that?
Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, I do too. We're you can tell we're too old. I had a coach called up that coached all over the league, Greg Brown, great secondary coach. And he called me up this week. He goes, Coach, I can't get anybody to return a call. I can't get anybody to interview me. And he was an unbelievable coach at the Saints, the Falcons, the Broncos, coached at UCLA, all that. I said, but Coach, how old are you? He goes, I'm 63. I go, hell, you can't get a job at 63. You got to get out of football. And he goes, Coach, how old are you? I goes, I don't know. Nobody's ever asked.
Oh, God.
Well, while we're talking, Coach, game day is going on as we speak, walking up to the national championship game. And something caught my eye, Coach.
What was it?
It is. I wonder how much they're going to talk on this.
He was seen as brilliant, difficult.
You think you played Alabama football today?
Ambitious.
Has anybody ever given you anything in your life?
He cares about the person. Nick Saban is heartless the face of college football.
The scariest man in college football. Greatest coach in any sport. There'll never be another Nick Saban.
Is this where you want me?
Nick Saban documentary coming soon.
I unfortunately got interviewed for that.
That's exactly why I wanted to play it for you, Coach.
Did you know they came over and spent a day with me?
I remember you saying something
sir.
about it.
Yeah, I called you right before, and you said, Steve, hey, I'm going to give them 2 truths and 1 lie.
Yeah, and they got to figure out which one was real. I called you up to check on the guy.
That's right. That's right.
And I would do this. They asked me, and I said, I have to talk to Saban, to saying they have permission to do this. And the guy says, well, I'll get a letter. And I said, I don't want a letter. I can get my wife to type up a letter. I said, he has to call me and say, yes, I should do this interview or I won't do it. Well, they got him and he called me up. I said, now, I just want to be sure you know this is going on. Otherwise, I'm not talking to him. And he goes, you may be the only guy in the world that does all the things like you're supposed to do them. And so now what I said now, because I gave him, you know, my routine, I'll give him 2 lies and 1 good truth. They'll probably put what I do. I found out when I interviewed, they got splicers on the tape.
Yeah.
And most everything I do is spliced and thrown on the floor. So you may not see me in the big documentary.
I'll be on the lookout for you, Coach. How about that? I'll be on the lookout for you. So who do you got tonight? Indiana or Miami, Coach?
For me, and this doesn't happen often, whoever wins, I'm excited. Because of the way they play, because of what they believe and what's important, effort. And now I'll give you the final line. And I want you to look at Wes when I say this, because all you'll see is all the teeth he has. Does he have more than 2 now?
I got all my teeth, Coach.
Whatever you got. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
This is the 2 best hitting secondaries in college football. Number 7 for Indiana is a free safety. There won't be one downhill run that he doesn't. Remember the gong show a long time ago?
Yeah.
This guy will gong the runner, and every time he does, I say, he won't get up. He gets up before the runner. And then I watch the secondary. The corners at Miami will hit a lot better than Deion Sanders ever thought of hit.
Man.
So I love both teams. Now I talked to Mario Christopher. I talked to him text wise, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. I don't talk to anybody in Indiana. They don't know me from a jar of Vicks. But only us on week 3, we said the best team in the country is Indiana on this show.
Yeah.
In week 3, that's pretty awesome.
These storylines of just the fact that in the previous instances, Miami wouldn't have a shot at this game here tonight, Coach. Indiana certainly would, but I mean, Miami has made the most of what a lot of people thought was an iffy opportunity. They didn't even play for an ACC championship game.
Well, you could say a lot of people thought it was a bad choice. Notre Dame, I love Bear Bryant. He just said Notre Dame thought they should be there in place of Miami.
Yeah.
And here they are.
But I mean, Miami beat Notre Dame.
Well, and what they did to Ohio State.
Oh, I love you, Wes. I love you, Wes. you sounded like the Bear there.
I got some old clips, Coach. I went digging through some archives. Oh, goodness. And here you go. Here's a little fire up for you, Coach.
Now, today's the first day of the rest of your life. What you've been waiting for. Let's try to get a little quicker, a little better every play. Everybody concentrate on a little better every play. Last period will be better than the first period. All right, let's take some quickness right quick. Every play, every man.
Does that fire you up there, Coach?
Well, remember, who was the real short quarterback that played for the Rams, but he played at Southern Cal, and he was undersized. And I think he became the AD.
He is AD. I was about to say that. It's the AD that fired Kiffin. What was his name?
Yeah.
Pat Hayden.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm at Atlanta, and we're playing the Rams. And you two are going to love this. And they asked him about playing against us. He goes, this is like playing Alabama. They're coming from everywhere, and everybody's hitting you. He goes, this Falcon team plays like Alabama. And I got so much pride in that. I was a young punk kid and coaching. I was a defensive coordinator in Alabama in Atlanta. But I thought I was at Alabama. That's how hard we ran, we chased, and we hit. It was fun. And you were there, Steve. I saw you in section 38, row 12, seat 4.
I wish I could have been there more often, Coach. I really do.
It was fun, wasn't it?
It was. It was a lot of fun.
By the way, they looking for a new coach. Buffalo Bills got mad. They're looking for a new coach. These jobs remind me of a famous coach once said, the NFL stands for not
for long.
I wonder who said that.
I don't know.
I don't know. We find
maybe we need to find him.
To the Bear.
So, I think the Buffalo Bills have made an error similar to what Tennessee did several years ago. I mean, you're making the playoffs. They've been one play away from winning it, and I don't know.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, exactly. It's
kind of funny. One of their defensive linemen who's been with 5 teams for Buffalo today said he's the best coach I've ever been around, and I've been around 5 pro teams. And it just makes me sick. And usually players don't say, as soon as they fire the head coach, they say, I don't like him anyway. But I was proud of the defensive lineman who had 9.5 sacks this year, by the way, to stand up for his coach. And I look, how about Atlanta? Steve has got Atlanta history. They went off. The guy that they hired doesn't have as good a one-loss record as the guy they fired.
Yeah. Stefanski. Yeah.
Is it me? Have I lost it or what?
I don't get it.
I was really banging the drum for Harbaugh. I wanted Matt Ryan or whoever to just throw all the keys to Matt Ryan or to Coach Harbaugh. But anyway, I hope it works out. But I'd like it if Coach Stefanski reached out to you, Coach.
Hey, Coach, you know who number 7's coach was last year?
Alabama?
Nope. Wesley Neighbors, Ole Miss.
Was he that way with your son?
Yeah, the 4 safeties they had, 2 are in the NFL, and one's at Indiana, and the other one's at Oregon.
Tell your son I'm so proud of the way his safety plays, because you have to be coached to come downhill and stay inside hip on every run coming outside the tackle, and nobody hits like that kid hits.
Well, we'll be watching. We always appreciate the time you give us, Coach. And
well, I'm for one guy, and he's sponsoring us, and I heard him advertise. I'm looking for a job with Mr. Sparky. I'm giving up on Woody Ford. I'm going with Mr. Sparky starting Monday.
Outstanding. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. They broke the mold.
He is just... Oh, goodness. That is Jerry Glanville. We taking a break or we staying put? We're taking a break. That's what we're doing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I've never spent much time in school, but I told ladies plenty.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Lynn Leighton Ford, located online at lynnleightonford.com.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, now with Lynn Leighton Ford Indicator, where we're jump-starting January with low rates, low payments, and low prices on a great selection of new Fords. Right now, you can get 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus $2,000 customer cash on 25 F-150s, or choose $4,000 in total rebates instead. We've got new 25 Explorers with 2.9% APR for 60 months, plus $1,500 in total cash. Get 4.9% financing for 60 months on your choice of any new 25 Ford Bronco. Or choose a $2,000 customer cash bonus to get a new 25 Bronco Sport starting at under $29,000. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. We hope to see you soon at Lynn Leighton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnleightonford.com. All offers on select new Ford models with your good credit. Bronco Sport stock number example 27715T. See us for all the details.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, But when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Tom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. Visit their highly interactive showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. Temperatures dive into the upper teens for this Monday night across the Tennessee Valley. Will continue to sit under a clear sky. Heading into our Tuesday, we'll see temperatures rise into the low 40s for the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine in the forecast. It looks like rain returns on Thursday.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Well, the last time the national championship was at Hard Rock, we were there. That was the close down of the COVID year between Alabama and Ohio State.
We had fun, though. That was
Yes,
fun.
we did. Yes, we did. Ended up at South Beach that night as well, if memory serves. And what a team that was for Alabama in 2020. And that was following up another team that was equally as spectacular in LSU in 2019. Indiana has that opportunity to get themselves into that conversation of 20 Bama, 19 LSU. That they certainly have that opportunity, but we'll see how things transpire tonight. Who you got tonight?
I'm going for the upset.
You going Miami?
Yeah.
I got to go Indiana.
Yeah, I get it. They're favored 7.5. It makes sense. But
I can't think of the last time I saw Miami play a clean game. Maybe it's tonight.
Yeah. They're a little different. They have they have the center's a plugger. I mean, he plays hard, but he's not the 2 guards and tackles are really good. And they got a good running back. Well, they got 2 good running backs, both of them. And the quarterback, the key to him is getting him on the ground and hitting them, and then if they do that, then Ole Miss never could get him. They threw it to him once, right? Turnovers, I wouldn't be surprised to see Indiana just beat the dog out of them too. But this team, these are the 2 best teams in the country, in my opinion.
Now, keep in mind, I know the portal closed on Friday, but as soon as this game is done, there is a 5-day window for just Indiana and Miami for transfer portal. As of Friday, when they closed the transfer portal, the number of entries was 11,001 in terms of players in the portal.
How many have?
I don't know that answer.
It has been going under 60%. Yeah.
So I just also the grad transfers are still a thing too. So enjoy the national championship game tonight.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. Your home of the Crimson Tide Sports Network.